I think that the biggest challenge that we have in this region, as in many other regions of the developing world, is the fact that many of our countries are doing very good in terms of growth. So there is no incentive to stop that process of growth. And there's a tendency to believe that if we move towards a more sustainable way of doing business, that level of growth will be dramatically impacted. I will say that is probably what will happen, but also I will say that if we don't bring the sustainability criteria in the decision-making process, eventually that level of growth is going to collapse, because the way of production and the way of how we consume is totally rational and unsustainable. And the capacity of natural ecosystems to replenish themselves is slower than the pace that development is, particularly in destructive industries. So I think and to add more to this problem, in most of our countries we got strong democracies where government change every 4 or 5 years. So it's very difficult to come with a sustainability proposal which implies some structural reforms to be done in 3, 4, or 5 years. So we got those two challenges. I think that we need to understand first that this is a political challenge, that we need to make a series of proposals that are politically viable and understand the political process of decision making. We need to feed up those initiatives with a lot of good science and good information, particularly economic information about the cost of losing nature, about the cost of not taking action, the cost of air pollution and water pollution to the healthcare system and the health of the people. I mean, generate a lot of economic information that can be very well understood, particularly by the senior policymakers in our government. I'm talking about planning ministers, ministers of finance, head of states, and by creating very specific instrument like PS. PS is a driver of change. When you have a PS mechanism working in a good manner in a country, decision makers will see the benefit of nature, and they will be supporting larger and more ambitious initiatives that eventually will be tied up to the most important policy element, which is human development.